Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind. It's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good afternoon, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. Welcome to another edition of Tuesday Conversation in the Patriots Lab. And I got with me Jen, the homeschooling mom, and Randy, the genealogist. Rose, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so y'all can get them instant notifications. We are live on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, and X. So I hope everybody's having a good day. We'll start with the beautiful Jen up top, fresh back from Florida. How was your vacation? What's going on?
Hi, Ray. It was fantastic. It was a much needed vacation. I made best friends with everyone I meet. And there was we sat in first class for the first time. It was such a blessing because we didn't have to pay for our room and board. It was my sister-in-law's B&B house down in Florida. So that was great. We got to travel fancy. It was awesome.
There you go. Traveled on somebody else's dime. Ain't nothing better than that. What's going on, Randy, brother Rose?
Not too much. Just trying to find my way in life and make the most of it.
And where have you found yourself?
Lost. I am so desperately lost. The more I look at the news, the more depressed I get because people keep saying, how can Biden stay in office? How can he defeat Trump? Because every time they throw something at Trump, it bounces off. He gets stronger as far as like in the polls, the people who support him, the MAGA rallies and all the other kind of stuff. And the conversation is this man can't lose the upcoming election in like 4.5 months. But, the Democrats have stuff in the works to keep him from being the next president of the United States. And what they're doing, a previous client of mine, I'm hoping to bring her back because she keeps sending me stuff, but she's been sending me these videos of Kennedy, the one that's still living, some of his stuff that he's been up and about, and some other videos talking about the war with Ukraine and Russia and how that is going to impact our upcoming election. And you say, okay, well, how's that going to affect our election? That's a country, that's another country, that's a war. We don't give two shits. But what's happening is that they're pushing the whole NATO thing. And I never knew, I'm not sure if you did, William or Jen, but to be a member of the NATO, you have to agree to the military standards that our country imposes on NATO countries, which means they have to maintain specific weapon systems. And there are only 5 companies that produces this weapon system. And guess where those 5 companies are anchored at? The United States. So these nations, to maintain NATO status or to become a NATO country, has to buy these weapons from these five specific companies inside the United States, which makes them super rich because they have to keep, buying the equipment, replacing that gets blown up and so forth. And that's how we're going to maintain a presence in this war, any war. And this is how they're planning on keeping Biden, or at least the Democrats, in control, because they're going to try and push the narrative that we can't have an election during a World War III scenario.
Well, we are going to be going and getting dragged into World War III. That's what the big war machine is all about. Halliburton, BlackRock, all of them high-end, multi-gazillion dollar companies that do nothing but specifically do not design highly destructive war mechanisms. Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, they're at the top of the cream of the crop when it comes to funding war materials. It's time for them to get paid. It's crazy because we are going to go. Well, we're already in the midst of World War III, and people don't even know yet. But we're going to get into that. But something came across me since PAPAW has been AWOL with everything that's going on. Anything can pop off, and this man decided he wants to take a deep undercover tutoring session at Camp David. But thinking of Joe Biden reminded me of somebody and what these Democrats are doing, and I just felt like being a little funny today. But bear with me and let me go ahead and show this clip. This is
Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man. Steve Austin, be that man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
so. When I thought about where they got PAPAW at and what PAPAW might be going under right about now, they're literally trying to rebuild a broken down. You know what? I don't even think they're trying to rebuild them. I really believe the way they have implemented this, that they are going to bring out a Joe Biden body double or triple.
Right.
Right now they have getting all of his mannerisms down and getting down his policies and lies and all that shit. And when Trump comes out and tells the world that wasn't Joe Biden, we're going to be in a dilemma whether to believe Trump, which is a convicted felon, because remember nobody's in the crowd, so it's going to be Trump's word, the convicted felon, against CNN's Jake Tapper and the other lady and AI and everything else that they're going to do to manipulate this debate. I don't even think that's going to be the Joe Biden that shows up. I think it's going to be one of the body doubles. What do you think, Jen?
I agree with you. I think what we have right now is I think he's on his last leg, and I'm telling you that cocaine they found in the White House, that we all know where it is. It's in the cubby in the West Wing, and it's in one of the little cupboards there. I mean, it's not, I don't think it was hunters. I think that's how they keep Joe going. it's tough, but you can only string them along so long, so far. And you're right, I agree with you. They're gonna have to bring in a doppelganger or someone. It's crazy.
What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, I disagree with Jen as far as the cocaine. I think the cocaine belongs to Hunter. But I wouldn't doubt that Daddy Dearest is tasting some here and there. I don't think he's going to make it to the debate. I don't think he's going to show up. Something's going to happen. They're saying this guy needs 7 days to prepare. Okay, why? I mean, it's a simple question and answers. So we're going to have a surrogate Trump who's going to pretend to be Trump, and they're going to be bounced questions back and forth between Biden and this guy to prep Biden for this debate. I doubt Trump's going to be doing that because Trump doesn't need to prep 7 days ahead of time for the debate because he knows the information. He has information in his head.
Trump's out in the streets campaigning, man.
Right. With a gag order, which I love because he's not supposed to. That's why he has the gag order. Or he's just not allowed to talk about what he's been through in the courts. But I loved as soon as they gave him his first gag order, where did he go? He went over to the what was it called? The pagoda, which was where they all hang out. And then he goes to a place where all the factory workers are, and they're all yelling, Trump, 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 USA. He can't help but campaign. He just shows up, and everyone knows he seems to be our only hope right now. It's awesome.
I have someone at my door who's been doing some outside work, so he needs me, so I got to jump off.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Thanks. See ya.
All right. And you know what's crazy, Jen? Everybody knows something is on the works.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna go. Even Obama's doctor
asking for President Biden to submit to a cognitive test, very similar to the one that President Trump got while he was president. And all 5 of those letters are be ignored. So tomorrow I'm sending a letter to President Biden, to his physician, Dr. O'Connor, and I'm seeking his entire cabinet. And it's embarrassing that I have to do this, and it's really embarrassing as a former White House physician to have to do something like this. But we don't have any choice.
That wasn't the clip, but it was a longer one than that. But y'all get the gist of it. He's denied every cognitive test that they've asked him to take. I mean, how blatant can they make it to where they know he's old and senile? They know we know he's old and senile. And they're just pushing PAPAW to the brink. Like you said, he's on his last leg. I'm just curious to see how this is really going to turn out. Really going to turn out. But before we go, Jen, and I'm going to turn it over to you right after this. This is the thing. This is the question that I have. What's up, DJ? It is elder abuse. You are right. But this is the bigger question because Jake Tapper is going to be one of the mediators there. And I want to know if Jake's going to have the balls to ask the question. And what question is that, Jake? Take it away, Jake.
And Kristen, Glenn Kessler from the Washington Post had a fact check about Joe Biden from earlier this month, noting that Hunter Biden admitted in court in July that he was in fact paid substantial sums from Chinese companies. Kessler wrote, Hunter Biden reported nearly $2.4 million in income in 2017 and $2.2 million in income in 2018, most of which came from Chinese or Ukrainian interests. But this directly goes against what Joe Biden said in the debate in 2020 with Donald Trump. Take a listen.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about what are you talking about? China.
What you
None of
became
that
vice
is
president,
true.
he made a fortune in
Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
So it's from two different debates, but I mean, Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China and Joe Biden was wrong. I don't know that he was lying about it. He might not have been told by Hunter, but this blind spot is a problem.
It's a problem, one, because Republicans aren't going to let it go, that's for sure. But also, these problems are continuing through the legal system. It's not as though this is something that's been settled in other jurisdictions and republics.
It is an ongoing thing in our courts. And we aren't going to let it go. And I am hoping and I'm praying that Jake Tapper, being one of the moderators, just asks the question, Joe, you lied in the first debate. We now know that the laptop was authentic. We now know that your son made millions and gazillions of dollars overseas in foreign entities. What do you have to say about that? You think they'll ask him any of those hard questions?
No. They're going to ask him to prove how Bidenomics is working, and he's going to come up with false numbers, and everyone's going to be like, wow, we didn't even notice that. Look at you. But it's all lies.
Well, since you've been gone, nothing has really changed. This is yet another opportunity for the American people to see how desperate people act in desperate times. Because no matter what takes place during this debate, nothing is going to be ordinary or regular about this debate.
Right.
Oh, I haven't been in as much anticipation in waiting for something to happen since the Tyson. I don't know. I can't figure out how they're going to wiggle. People, Patriots, if y'all have a clue to how they're going to finesse their way out of this debate or through this debate, please let us know. Because, I mean, only thing they can do is just get up there and just lie like they've been doing with a straight face. I mean, it's crazy, but we're going to go through it, and the days are getting shorter. And I really can't wait. I really can't wait. But what do we have here? Who you would think Trump would be the one that's going off because people. I don't have that. Oh, yes, I do. I still have it up here. Let me go ahead and play it. This should be the reaction that you should see from Donald Trump. But for some reason, you see this reaction. I guess it's the brother. If y'all been following me, y'all know I've been dealing with the hood chicks, Fannie Willis and Letitia James. Well, guess what? They got a hood brother by the name of JAMAL. I got to give him a nickname. JAMAL Bullhead Bowman. Bullhead. JAMAL Bullhead Bowman. Let me play the clip before we get into this ignorant man. Let me see. They're gonna let me play it. Yeah. Now this is a sitting representative that represents you people out there. You don't represent me. If they couldn't have got a more educated black man to play this part, oh my goodness. Let's roll it.
We are in the South Bronx. We are in the South Bronx. This is the birthplace of hip hop. I am the hip hop congressman. I want to hear South Bronx chant right now. South Bronx, 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 South Bronx.
And we wonder why their communities and cities are the way they are when you got people like this leading them.
The power of the motherfucking South Bronx.
Now this is your congressman now. This is your Congressman Jamal Bowman with such articulate language. Oh yeah, he represents the thugs, that's for sure.
People ask me why I got a foul mouth.
Because I ain't even gonna say what you are, but you don't look too much educated here, my brother. I'm glad we get to see the real Jamal. Jamal.
What am I supposed to do? You come.
He is channeling his inner Trump in this part right here.
After me. You coming after my family. You coming after my children. I'm not supposed to fight back. I'm not supposed to fight back. We're gonna show them who the fuck.
Now, I would expect to hear that from Donald Trump, because they're literally going after him, literally going after his family. But yet, this, you know, in high school, Jen, when you got the cheerleading squad, and then you got that one guy that comes and has his pom-poms. I guess that's who Jamal Bowman. I guess he's the male cheerleader of the squad.
The fraud squad. Right.
Oh, the fraud squad. Yes, good one, good one. Well, he's about to lose his damn job today. The vote is today, and I'll be bringing that tonight at 9. I'm guarantee he's gonna lose his seat, and it's just gonna be a trickle down effect. It really is. But we are in a world of chaos, and we are heading for self-destruction. A lot of people don't like to talk about war, especially people who have had a glimpse of it, who have participated in it before. But it looks like, and it's sad to say, it looks like America is going to be in for a rude awakening. It really looks like America is going to be in for a rude awakening for not heeding the call of common sense.
Right.
We have Putin now visiting my young boy over there in North Korea, Kim. They are literally making a partnership to exchange weapons and weaponry during the time of war. You help me, I'm gonna help you. Why do they have to help each other unless they are getting ready to prepare themselves to go into war? We are sitting in such a vulnerable state right now. It is it's really sad. It's really sad. And the saddest part about everything is that we're getting ready to be totally annihilated. Hopefully not from the inside out. Just listen to this report here. If I can get it to come up here. Let me see.
So China doesn't. Energy security and food security. They've got a lot of people to feed. So in July, the beginning of July, it was the 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party. And so they were buying a lot of pork, reportedly a lot of soybeans from the United States, which are historically things that they buy from us. But when you look at China's ambitions around the world, they have a lot of people, a very big country. So they're always looking for, especially in the developing world, even more than the United States, Africa, Latin America, they are looking for where can we meet our energy demands and where can we meet our food security demands for all these people. And because they buy so much pork and other agriculture goods from the United States, they're looking here as well.
Okay, so let me see if I can stop this. I want to stop it. I don't know if it's going to let me stop it. Hold on, bear with me. No, it's not going to, because they don't want me to. Okay, I think we can do it. I'm trying to bring this map up. Okay, if y'all can see that map, you see where it says Chinese. Let me. It's Chinese-owned farmland here in America. And if you notice something about the map, you will see that 95% of the agricultural land that the Chinese own, that they say is farmland, is strategically placed around our nuclear and sensitive military sites. Here's something that, and it's not a conspiracy, it's just things that make you go, We see mass migrations and we see mass gatherings of Latinos, Somalians, blacks in the inner cities that come over from the other countries. Where are the mass camps and migrations with all of the Asian people that have been coming over here for years?
Wow.
Where are they at? They're illegal. They haven't all of a sudden went in and developed communities. You don't see them mass congregating in the streets, being homeless. Where are these people at? And I only ask that question because we know those people can live underground for a mighty long time.
Wow.
Mighty long time. So, if America gets into a world war, what's to keep all of these Asian migrants and other migrants that are possibly underground near these military sites? What's to keep them from trying to attack our military sites? We've already had a couple of instances in the past couple of months with people trying to get into our military bases. I called them dry runs.
Wow, good point.
I mean, I just try to put pieces together with the crumbs that I got. If it wasn't out there like this, it wouldn't be nothing to try to put together. But when you see stuff like this, so it's like Randy said earlier, Jen, they're going to do something to shift the narrative. I can't see them going through with the election.
Wow.
I really can't. What do you think?
I agree with you. And I'm shocked that Biden is the one who is suggesting that they do a debate. And Trump says anywhere, anytime, and I don't know, they were fighting words that are used in boxing. And I love that because he can talk. I mean, on a dime, nothing, no problem. So I was kind of shocked. And I'm thinking, did Biden already did they already have the debate? Is it already recorded and we don't know? I feel like it's already happened. That's something that Dan Bongino had suggested, that it's already done. It's already in the works. They're just on tapes. They're waiting to play it on what, Thursday of this week? I don't know. It's scary that what we're watching is just a pre-planned script. We're living in a script, and it makes you wonder because they tell you what they're going to do before they do it, and they just came out with another Hunger Games. as well as the beginning of President Snow. I think that movie was out 6 months ago, and I thought, "Dear God, they're trying to tell us it's done. It's a done deal." And we're still fighting, but
Something is not right. Something
it's
they're
weird.
too confident.
Yes.
They're too confident for one.
Yes.
This man goes MIA for a whole week for a 90-minute debate.
Right.
Go away
Come on.
for a
That's
week
funny.
for a 90-minute debate. One, when you don't know what's going on with your own agenda,
Right.
because Trump should be the one that's away preparing for something, because he should be the one not knowing, what's coming. Yo, you can stand on your own record. What do you have to study? Everything that's been done was done by you and your people. So what do you have to study? That's why something isn't on the up and up. And unfortunately, we got to wait. And if anybody's out there, and we will be in the lab doing play by play as it airs in its entirety, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because something
Not right.
something's not right. They are too confident, and they say just wait. There's a surprise. See,
Jeez.
yeah, but we just don't know what the surprise is.
I don't like surprises. My gosh.
Yo, Joe Biden cannot come out on that stage looking off into the sunset, looking off into. If we already know that Papaw's mannerisms is, once he gets to a central location and he stands there for a minute, he zooms off. Bro, we still doing this. We still doing this. Yeah, we are still having to justify the unjustifiable.
Right. I wonder what the surprise is. Are they going to give him some new miracle drug? Is there going to be this big, something in pharma where they can like combat what is it? Alzheimer's? And he's going to come out there looking like $1 million and not pooping his pants, and I don't know. It's so difficult to turn around what's going on right now.
They got us on this one. They
Yeah.
got us on this one, because I'm going to be sitting at the corner of my seat. I don't even know if I'm gonna pop any popcorn, because if I pop some popcorn, I probably wouldn't be able to take a bite of it. I'm gonna be so in suspense trying to figure this out on how they are. We're gonna have to. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll leave Papaw alone and let Papaw get back to his studies and do whatever he's doing. But in the meantime, in between time, it looks like Los Angeles School District votes to ban cell phones in schools, following the blueprint that DeSantis had put in Florida. This is my only thing. Y'all seen kids in Florida, and y'all also seen kids in LA. Good luck trying to tell these LA students, because they got a different mentality. They got a totally different mentality than these Florida kids. These Florida kids got a little bit halfway more decent upbringing and respect. But these kids in LA, I'm just speaking general, broad. Yeah,
right.
Broad. They start carrying their cell phones at 6, 7, 8. Bro, you really think you're going to keep them kids? Now, you want to see a riot? You want to see a riot?
Right.
Yeah, okay. You tell Juan he can. Yeah, yeah. You go ahead and try that shit. I want to see how that turn out for you, Newsom. But you know Newsom's trying to save face. Newsom's trying to look like a DeSantis, ain't he? I
I know.
mean,
I wonder if that is the surprise. Is Biden going to introduce his new VP? Maybe Newsom will be there. Maybe we're all going to be like, wow, what a good pick, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But we did see a movie when we were on vacation. And in the movie, what the kids in this movie had to do was turn over, it was a girls' hockey team, and they had to turn over their cell phones and they put them in this box for the practice and for the game, and the girls were like, "Oh, okay." And I thought, "Oh, is that
you really think they can make some?
programming?
No, you really think they can make Kamala be quiet this long with that
They can
type of
pay her.
plan?
They can
Huh?
pay her. They can pay people to do anything." And ever since the last State of the Union address, when Joe Biden came down and planted her lips on Kamala's husband's lips, I was like, that was weird.
But it's
That was a pivotal point. That was a blackmail point, and I feel like that is the way the left is telling us we own
but
Kamala, we own
isn't
the
that a
Biden.
major piece? What's holding the Biden ticket together? What's holding these
Her?
Democrats together? The so-called Black Indian, whatever claims to
Mhm.
be, isn't she the glue or the paste? Because she ain't
At
no glue.
first, until she started heckling. Now she's a joke.
Yeah, yeah. Black
Comedi
people want her out. Black people want. I see. See. So I think that might be because black people might not be all up in the uproar like they would have been if she ain't had a chance to show her true self. Because you ask
Yes.
black people today what Kamala, they like Kamala who? Oh, the
Right.
border czar girl. That one. That's all they know. The
Oh, that
woman
was
who didn't do her
right.
job. That's what she know. Yeah, so you right. He can pull a ace move like that, and I don't think the black community would be so much up in the uproar as they would be if she was doing a good job. Yeah, but they playing with fire. Even where they go, they playing with fire. Um, it is so unreal what we're dealing with. Now he's getting ready to make pathway for over 500,000
Illegals?
undocumented spouses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 500,000 undocumented spouses will now and he's doing all of this defying the Supreme Court. Just like the student loan. None of this stuff has gotten past. They have been living off of lies and borrowed time. They've been telling people they doing shit for them. The shit ain't never gonna get done because stupid people is just sitting back waiting. Well, he said he was gonna relieve my. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to happen.
Wow.
It ain't never gonna happen.
Wow. So what do they do when they get the bill? Do they just ignore it and say,
Yeah,
"God,
it's gonna be paid for. Well, you
he
know
gonna
what?
take care of us"?
But to be
Oh
honest
no.
with you, Jen, 95% of the people that get the bills ignore them anyway.
Wow.
How many? How many? I'm gonna keep it 100. How many honest people just sit there? I can't wait to get that student bill in the mail so I can pay it. I live like the same person. I see something. Man, throw this shit away, man. They better get their money like everybody else. I ain't the only one that owe money. They
Oh
took
my
my little bit of last money, and I gotta pay groceries and stuff, and they got millions of other people owe them. Put me in. That's what Hey, and I know there's millions more that tell them the same thing. Get that bill, man. You better put this shit in the pile with them other millions of people that owe you money. Leave me alone.
right. And at the same time, you want me to buy an electric car? Oh my god. It's
Yeah,
so funny. It's funny.
they somebody, I forgot who said it. I think it was with the young brother I was with over the weekend. They are literally strategically breaking America. They are they're eliminating the middle class, which has already been desecrated and been deteriorating over the years. They're literally trying to put a nail in the coffin on that.
Right.
You know, everything that they're doing doesn't line up with everyday ordinary Americans' pocketbook or nothing. And they know this. They know this. This administration got $34 million for charging stations. Do you see any charges? They take the money and they string people along on a pipe dream.
Right.
And people never look for accountability day. They never look for accountability day. And it's crazy. I had a gentleman on the show. My last show, he was from Canada. He might, Mr. Green Thumb Ottawa, he might still all be in the house. But you know, Canada is way beyond, way past where we are right now. He was telling me that they have went to the point where they have taken their flag, the Canadian flag, they have taken it out of government buildings and schools. So it's no longer a representation of Canada. And if you fly a Canadian flag, you're considered a terrorist. Sort of like what we hear when you're flying the red, white, and blue. Now they're trying to, you know.
Wow. That's sad.
But we're in a tight place, and a lot of things are going to be rolling out. You got a lot of Supreme Court decisions that are going to be coming out this week. You have the Trump case with the immunity.
Right.
And then you have the Trump case with I forgot old boy's name. But yeah, you got two cases for him coming up. But at the end of the day, you know, my man's still standing, our guy is still standing unscathed. And
Right.
what the Democrats are doing right now are basically stupid. I don't know what else to do. But we got a couple of more, and I'm gonna let you piggyback off of this one. And let me go ahead and roll this next one. People are so crazy. So crazy what we're dealing with here. So crazy.
Congressman Sanders Townsend corrects a term illegal immigrant. Listen here.
It is unjust and illegal and evil that more than 10 million illegal aliens have come to this country. It's imperative that we send those people back. This is, I mean,
what is the difference between an illegal immigrant who unfortunately engages in that activity?
And we don't like that. I want to be clear. We don't do illegal.
Well,
so
yeah, we don't.
Undocumented.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Don't use the word illegal when you can use undocumented. Oh my gosh, it sounds so bad.
Officer, I had an undocumented burglar just come into my house.
So that's okay. Oh my gosh.
So we can no longer use the word illegal. Oh, we're gonna hurt their feelings. They came over the wrong way. So we can't use a word that's a synonym. What illegal.
It is what it is. I know. Oh boy.
Our mainstream media, especially that chick, right? Why they always got to get the black people to play the most ignorant roles? Her and Joy Reid, Letitia James, the Goon Squad. My sisters. You don't see no young white women out there doing this shit. No, they got the old white women that know they washed up, careers are gone, been over with 50 years ago, has-beens, they on their way out the door. You don't see them getting no young, white, scholared white girls out here to commit all of this crazy shit. No. You get the young, dumb, naive black women.
Because they're protected by the NAACP.
They ain't protected by nobody. Their asses are going to jail.
Wow.
Because Joe Biden, well, I ain't going to say PAPAW going to jail, but they going to get what they got coming. See, they ain't protected. They've been under the disillusion. They've been under the illusion. They were given false hope.
Wow.
That, oh, we got you. Y'all just go ahead and get out there and do all this crazy shit. Get on out there, Satcho. Y'all ain't nothing but slaves. That's all y'all are. Selling your soul. And they probably ain't even paying you worth a damn. What happened to all of the cases against Donald Trump that had so much momentum? Every day you turned your TV on, we was talking about Boss James in New York, how she was getting ready to take Trump down. Then we switched over the channel and we got to look at the other hood rat chick, Fannie Willis. And she talking about how she's getting ready to take Trump down. And then we got to look at fat ass bragging DA Nathan, whatever Bragg. Oh, he gonna take Trump down. The Russia gonna take Trump down. Indictment. Where all of this stuff that was supposed to take Trump down? All lies. All made to get people all emotionally wound up, chugging on their emotional strings every day. And not one day did these stupid ass American people sit back and say, hold up. Is he gonna be found guilty? Wait a minute. We went through 1, 2, 3, 4. We went through 5 things that y'all tried to get, and all of them shit. Wait a minute. We can't go on to the next. We can't move the needle no more. We have to rectify the situation of the other 5 times y'all said this man did some shit that y'all was going to lock him up for. Do you notice everything that ever accused Trump of just, it's magically just got swept under the damn rug, and people sit back like they fucking got amnesia. And I don't recall that ever happening. No, they lied to y'all. Knew they didn't have no proof, never had no evidence, because it was all a lie to pull on your emotional strings for whatever they needed you to do at that time. And y'all stupid asses just let this shit just ride on by. Not even stopping and saying, well, wait a minute, ain't he going to jail? Wait. Hitler got to go to jail for what y'all said he undone. Wait a minute, we can't move on to this yet. That's why, Jen, I get all pissed off. Because it comes down to plain stupidity, ignorance, and common sense at the end of the day. If people just stop being ignorant, use your common sense, this ain't got to be difficult. I ain't got to come on here and then go off and gotta drink a bottle of Pepto-Bismol when I'm over because my stomach's all in a knot, because America still seems to not want to get together as one. Because we still ain't together as Americans. We still ain't together. So, I don't know. I hope this debate can open some eyes. I'm sure it's gonna have people be, oh, Joe look good. Joe look. Shut the hell up.
Wow.
So the talking points now is, well, as long as he can make it through 90 minutes with Donald Trump, he'll come out victorious.
Wow.
So as long as he can make it. That's like telling a boxer, dude, if you can just make it 5 rounds with Tyson, bro, that's all. You ain't gotta win. Just last a little bit so we can collect the payday. Just last, bro. Just last.
Wow.
They know Joe gonna get humiliated. I really want to see how these moderators, because see, Trump's some other boy. Trump is something else. Trump is gonna humiliate everybody. They'll be like, well, Donald Trump, we didn't ask you that. But he's gonna give you an answer to something else. It's gonna be very interesting. So I hope you have an opportunity to come and sit in and watch it live. I'm gonna have an open panel. I'll put the link up, and anybody who wants to come in and join the discussion as we cover the play-by-play of the rematch between Donald J. Trump and PAPAW. But we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, some people just ride the wave as long as they can ride the wave. And then after a while, they like, you know what, this just ain't fun no more. I'm gonna jump off my surfboard and I'm gonna go home. And then you get those people, because they go home because they got in trouble or whatever. Then they want telling everybody else and make everybody else have to go home and leave too. That's what these Democrats are. So it finally took all of this time for people to still come around. And when I hear stories like this, it makes me really wonder, why are the others still hanging on so hard? So hard.
Trials in New York. You had Florida, Georgia, and 2 in New York. The 2 trials in New York, New Yorkers said, 66% said the justice system is politicized. And there's nobody in New York who likes Trump. And still 66% said the justice system is politicized. That's why I think he's not paying the same price for these verdicts, because they believe it is political. And you want to talk about a threat to democracy. When you have a country believing you're playing politics with the justice system and you're trying to put people in jail or convict them for political reasons, then we have a real problem.
Well, and I
something very interesting that I'm going to let you go ahead and land it, Jen. Something interesting that people don't look for. I am not looking for this man to come out here and throw his party under the bus. I'm looking to see if he sees reality, if he sees the obvious. And he does. So basically what he's saying is, Joe, they see what you're doing. And you're messing up because they see that you're weaponizing the whole thing. Because he could have went a whole new avenue and deflected. And no, that was a plea call to his party. Like, yo, 60% of the people in New York. He's being real specific. He's like, dude, that ain't even Trump land. And 60% of them know what the hell y'all are doing. Knock it off, because I can't do it no more. So I'm going to put you on blast. See, once you stick your toe in the water, there ain't no going back. So I don't look for them to give a full-blown, story on every. Just let me know you see what's going on, and you trying to tell your people, hey, what y'all doing ain't working. The convicted felon ain't working because everybody sees. They sees it for what it is. Go ahead, Jen.
Wow. That was a very interesting clip, especially that he would dog Trump and say that nobody in New York likes him. Have you seen the clips, Mr. Cuomo, of Madison Square Gardens when he goes there after he gets a gag order and goes through this miserable trial for nothing? He goes to Madison Square Gardens, which is their arena, to see the fight, and they love him. He built the whole New York skyline. They love him. He goes to the bodega. They love him. He goes over to what was it, a factory, and they're all yelling, Trump, Trump, Trump. He's got our back. Como doesn't. And I just wanted to say, to end on a last note, we have to look at the past, the present, and the future. And this whole debate is a scam. It's a sham. It's a lie, because we know from the past we need to drill. That was our gross domestic product. Gasoline. That's power. You can't kneecap us and get away with it, but he is. So Trump has to bring that back. We need to drill. This is ridiculous. Electric cars, it's stupid. We all know this, and I don't think he gets the clue, or his speechwriters and his party do not get it. And then for the president, we know what's coming up, the food thing. We need to eat. And so that's ridiculous that they're kneecapping us with our water usage. They don't want, in Idaho, they don't want 500,000 gallons of water to be used on farms. And we're like, well, how are we going to feed the livestock? How are we going to water the crops? They're like, oh, we're not right now because of carbon emissions. What the heck? The planet is here for us. And on the last note, the future, past, present, and future. For the future, that is the children. We have to take over this education system fraud that they're imposing on us. We know better, and the kids know better too. We have to go back to what worked and make it work again.
That's right. And as you can see, these are the last poll numbers that are in. Trump is up in all 6 swing states.
That
And
is beautiful.
this is after the convicted charge.
Ellen, love him. Yes.
But let's see what his son has to say, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
In which a total of 77 electoral votes are at stake. Joining me now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive with more on the debate prep is Trump Organization Executive Vice President and President Trump's son, Eric Trump. Eric, great to see you again. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning, Maria.
So how is President Trump preparing for this upcoming CNN presidential debate?
Well, obviously, he takes it very seriously, but he's doing what he does. He's going all over the place campaigning. He was in inner city Philadelphia yesterday, which was an amazing thing, right? Something that Republicans just don't normally have the backbone to do. And you saw him do that in the Bronx, and you saw him do that in Queens, and you saw that he's doing that all over the country. And I'm proud of him, and the crowds that he's drawing and the diversity is really incredible. But Maria, at the same time, make no mistake, this is still CNN, right? This is Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper has compared my father to Hitler before, right? I mean, Jake Tapper is the guy who will yell at his control room, say, turn this man off. I don't want to hear what he has to say. Or when my father is giving press conferences, I mean, I can't tell you who these people are. You know who they are. You've seen them before. I saw them as I walked into a courtroom every day, where they're sitting there with grins on their face. I mean, just ear to ear smiles, right? So understand that he's not just going to be debating Joe Biden. He's going to be debating CNN. And I was a guy who never missed a debate. I've never missed one of my father's debate. I went to every single one of them. And go back to CNN debates in the primaries in 2016, right? It was the same thing. It was attack after attack. They can't help themselves. And you better believe that Biden's going to be getting a lot of, a free pass. And, you better believe that they're, going to hit my father. But one other thing I need to mention, Maria, it's pretty telling of a president who has to go to Camp David in the middle of the woods and lock himself effectively in a bunker for an 8-day period of time because his policies are so bad that he has to figure out some way to polish them up and try and sugarcoat them and try and frame them with all of his top advisors. And I can tell you my father is not doing that. My father's on the right side of these issues, and 10 days or 8 days in the woods in Camp David to try and explain yourself to the American people. I'm not exactly sure if that's if that's a big showing of confidence.
Well, I mean, look, you raised a couple of important points on the Camp David situation. I mean, look, the world doesn't stop. We've still got our adversaries. They're coming at us. Communist China, Iran, Russia. I mean, so for him to take himself out of the situation and sort of go and, hold up in Camp David, I mean, we pray nothing happens, that he's not, in the White House. But the other thing on Jake Tapper, the other day I saw a clip of Jake Tapper, and somebody put it on Twitter, I think, and he said to one of his colleagues, let's remember what happened in the 2020 debate. Trump brought up Biden's family taking money from China. And President Biden said it wasn't true, but now we know otherwise. It was true. Actually, Biden lied. Jake Tapper said that. I saw the clip. I mean, I don't think it was made up. I saw the clip. So if he knows that, do you think he would bring up this influence peddling investigation that the House Oversight Committee is doing against Joe Biden? I don't know. Or is it the CNN rules that he won't be allowed to bring up that? Because James Comer is using words like money laundering and bribery and influence peddling. I don't know. Do you think he would bring that up, or would that be against the CNN rules?
If he's intellectually honest, he would, but it would absolutely be against the CNN rules. I mean, look at the last debate. My father and Caitlin Collins, or the town hall that one nasty question after the next. I was so proud of him. He killed it. He did so well in that. But I mean, I just don't think these people can help themselves. I mean, don't forget, Maria, and this point often gets lost. Remember in 2016 when Donna Brazile admitted that Hillary Clinton was given the debate questions ahead of time? Like, these games are played behind the scenes. The only person that they're not played with is Donald Trump, because the mainstream media absolutely detests him. The good news is the American people love him. And the good news, back to your, it's bad news for our country, but believe me, the American people know his eye is not on the ball in terms of China or in terms of the Middle East or in terms of any other policy that matters to this country. And that's why he can take 8 days. My father would have never done that. He could have never done that because his eye was actually on the ball. But, this guy, those things are out of sight, out of mind for this man. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, look how bad Russia and Ukraine's gotten. Look how bad the Middle East has gotten. Look how bad our inflation is. I mean, our economy is definitely teetering out. I mean, I'm just predicting it right now. It is teetering out as we sit here and speak, and we've got real problems. I mean, real problems around the world. We're losing our currency. We're losing our standing. We're losing everything. Well, and, the guy's going to be hunkered down in Camp David trying to memorize lines, again, to explain horrible policy decisions that he's made over the last, 3.5 years.
Well, meanwhile, look, you've got a sentencing coming up for your father, July 11th, just a few days before the Republican National Convention. What are you expecting from this sentencing?
Yeah, well, shocking. I think the next evening I take the stage at the RNC, go figure that, out of all the dates that the judge could have put this, they have to put it, the day before, maybe the biggest day outside of election day in an election cycle. I mean, Maria, this is planned. And again, the American people see through all of this.
Yeah,
the judge couldn't have picked the day 2 days later. He had to do it right before.
Right.
Again, it's why people realize that George is a sham and the Boxes case is a sham and, Mershon's a sham and the daughter, raising the amount of money that she's been reportedly raising is also a sham and a conflict. And, the more they do this, the more the American people will see how kind of persecuted and ostracized. And you mentioned in your opening about African-American support, and you mentioned that certain communities are coming over my father. It's exactly because of this. They're doing the same to Donald Trump as they did to so many of those communities for so long. And these people are saying, it's really interesting. They did this to us for a long time. Now they're doing it to him. I might actually want to vote for the guy, who will fight back against this as we have tried to for so long.
And that's basically what the Don is doing. The Don is fighting a system that the American people, whether you're white, black, Indian, Chinese, if you've been done wrong, it's the same system that the Don is fighting against now. And that's why he continues to gain support. And, we keep the Don and his family in our prayers because we know it's not going to get any easier from here on out. Jen, last word?
No, just keep the faith. We got this. We're Americans. We're not Democrat or Republic. You're an American, and we have to fight for our country. It's our country, not theirs.
That's right. That's right. So, hey, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. In the meantime, in between time, tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, unless otherwise notarized. No, well, you know what I'm trying to say. So hit the bell so you can get notifications in case I pop up on a spontaneous moment. Thanks, Jen. We had Randy. I hope he got everything taken care of.
Thank you.
Hasta la vista,
Bye-bye.
baby.